Back to studio season isn't just for your dancer, it's for everyone in your house. The second that schedule drops, you're in a three-way wrestling match between school, family life, and dance. And if you and your spouse don't start on the same page, you'll be arguing about drop off logistics in a Chick-fil-A parking lot before we even hit October. So today I'm sharing 3 must-have conversations to have with your spouse before the season even starts, with a little dance mom lingo sprinkled in. Because you know what, can't help myself. Let's get into it. First up is the calendar check-in. This is not, oh, I told you that tech rehearsal was added, and them saying when. No, this is the official back to studio conversation that gets you already connected on everything that's about to hit your lives. We're talking the weekly practice schedule, tech rehearsals, competitions we already know about, school events, work and travel, and those random life things like your cousin's wedding or your neighbor's annual barbecue that somehow turns into an all-day event. The rule, if it's not on the shared calendar, it doesn't exist. And if one of you travels for work, be sure to highlight those solo parent weeks so the other person can fully prepare for those chauffeur, costume manager, snack distributor roles. I like to call this the dance mom declaration of dates because once it's in there, it's all. On to the next thing. Second, the ride or die list. Back to studio season will have you in your car so much that you could probably charge rent to the gas station. So you want to think about things like who's picking up who, when, and also backup plans for when your plans inevitably blow up. And sometimes they do. You want to make sure you're on the same page with your spouse here. Because let me tell you, the I thought you were picking her up moment will test your marriage more than a busted bun in a competition bathroom. You're going to want to map out a few key things: regular pickup and drop off schedules, backups for both, and any days when it's a game of tag between you and your spouse. Bonus points if your spouse actually becomes what I would call the gear guy. They're the one that if they're driving, they're making sure that your dancer has their shoes, their bag, their water bottle, their tights, all in the car ready to go. Because that, my friends, is love. Next, let's move on to my favorite part, the 5% swing. Most dance dads aren't labeling shoes or tracking those competition earrings that you may have lost, and that's perfectly fine. That's where the 5% swing comes in. The 5% swing is that tiny, well-timed boost. The trick, though, you have to define it for your spouse. For one mom, it could be drop-off duty. Another, helping with making sure that the car is packed before call time. For me, it's just as simply as showing up with a coffee or a beverage just to refresh and lighten the mood. Once you know what your swing looks like, say it out loud to your spouse. That conversation now, before the chaos hits, can help make the difference between starting out the week tired and starting it out safe. Try this line. Here's what my 5% swing looks like this season, and simply fill in the blank. Those are my top 3 conversations, but I have 2 more that can also make a huge difference in how your season runs. You can find all 5 conversations in my blog. I will have the link listed in the description below. And if you want to skip the trial and error and have these conversations without the awkwardness, I made a back to studio support talk pack. You can find the information for that linked in the description below. It's quick and easy and will have you and your spouse on the same page before the season starts to spiral. It's also going to be included in the link on my blog. All right, Mama, grab that coffee, grab that calendar, and have that conversation. And as always, keep pushing, keep smiling, and most importantly, shine through. We'll see you in the next one.